started, okay? Like, started. Hmm? Hmm. No, it will not come. Good morning, guys.
Very good morning to everybody. We'd like to tell you something today for today's session as well. Today, we will not be having a live chat on in the YouTube. As you already know, that slowly we are moving completely to Microsoft Teams because our communication to all the faculties, our communication to all the students, and our communication to any authority, it's going to be through Microsoft Teams from now onwards. So what we are going to do is we are not going to have any chat, any queries, any in fact actually literally any queries from the YouTube chat. That's not going to happen. So instead, what is going to happen is we are going to chat in the Teams itself. So if you have any queries, then you are free to post your queries in the channel. Right now, we are in the week 2, right? So we are in the week 2. So there will be a week 2 channel. You can go ahead there, and then if you have any queries about today's sessions, you can just post your query over there. So that's what we are going to do today. We are not going to have anything on YouTube for live chats. Is that okay? I think that's clear for everybody. Before starting the session, I wanted to revise what we have done in the last class or last session. In fact, on Saturday. So what we have done on Saturday, we have introduced you to what is the what is the Outlook mail. In fact, what is the Microsoft Office 365 mail, and after that we have configured it. Once we have configured it, then we have downloaded our Microsoft Teams and we have installed the Microsoft Teams. And after installing, we have, in fact, Karan sir has given you a team code to join a team. So we have all used those team code and then we have joined it, right? So as I've already told you, I'm also a student right now for you in that for next 5 days, actually I'll be a student. So I will be giving you the guidelines for what you have to follow. So what we have done, we have joined the team. After joining the team, there were a channel called general and then there was one more channel called week 1. So in week 1, we had some discussions over there and then we have wind up our session. That's what we did in the last class. So what we are going to do today is, seems like actually some of you are new and then some of you have missed the last session for some reason. That's okay. We are not going over. We are not going to do again the same email setting up, which you can just go through the previous lecture. If you do not have previous lectures with you, then I am going to actually give the link in the week 2 channel or week 1 channel. In fact, if you go to the week 1 channel, then we will be definitely keeping you a link for that session. Maybe in a couple of some time, actually, maybe by the end of this lesson, what we will do in week 1, we will have the lecture for that day, and week 2, we will have another lecture for today's as well. So you can just go over and then check it in the Microsoft Teams itself. So here onwards, actually, every comments, every talks, every chats what we wanted to have is going to be in Microsoft Teams. So feel free to post your queries in the week 2. Don't just waste your text saying that hi, hello, and other stuff right now. So we have finished almost all our introduction in the last session. So what we are going to do right now, so we are directly dive into Microsoft Team and look into it. So post your valuable queries, so we will be able to immediately get back to you and answer your queries. So why don't we just actually going and jumping towards the desktop, and then let's know what happens in that desktop. So this is my desktop. So as I've already told you, this is the team which we have last time joined in, where Kiran sir was the teacher for us. So if you go to week 2, this is the week 2 actually, which we are going to work on it right now. So exactly. So we were also, thank you, Harry, reminding me that we have done the subscription this itself, right? So we have introduced all the subscriptions what you have in the official email ID. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, you would have already received a mail. In fact, we are going to again repeat the same process. How do we join the team? So this is my desktop. This is my actually Outlook mail, which I have received the mail from the from our teacher, with the team code. So if I click on that mail, then that gives me a team code here. So this is a team code. So you might have received with some text. So this is a team code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy this team code and I'm going to join the team right now. Remember, this is not for the people actually who are already part of the team. So if anybody who did not attend the last session and who couldn't join the team, now this is the right time to join the team. So you can even actually copy and paste it, or you can even type it again. So why don't I do actually now what I'm going to do, I'm going to type it again with you. Okay, so I'm going to minimize this window so that it will be visible here as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the teams. I'm going to click on the teams. Maybe if that's not working, no problem. So in the below there is a button called join or create team, right? And since I'm in only one part of only one team, actually it gives me only one team. So there is something called join or create team in the bottom, right? So can you see that? You can also see that, right? You're all able to see. So click on this join or create team. Once you click on this join or create team, then you should be taken to the place where you can join a team. Why it's not working? Yeah, it works here. So if you click on the join or create team, then you should be taken to this place, and then where there is a place to create a team and there is a place to join a team. So we don't create the team right now because as a student actually we don't have to create the team. So faculties will create the team for us. So we will not create any team right now. So what we will do, we will just join the team. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to join the team using the code whichever has been given by Kiran sir. So that's a join team. Let's type the code. So 4 and then small q and then k v s and then 0 and then m. So that's the team code. So what I will do, I will just click on join team. Once you type the code and then click on join team, then what will happen? It will let you inside the team. So that's what we are going to do. So most of you have come to this stage, I guess. So now let me click on join team. So what you do right now here is once you have joined the team, anyone who is new today, why don't you actually go to the week 2 channel, just go to the channel number 2, week 2 in the teams, right? You just click on the week 2 channel and then post a message. I'll be waiting for your messages. If anyone is new today, then post a message. If anyone is here, urban check here. Oh, are you new here? Okay, let me check actually in my general channel if anybody is joined. I think Kiran sir will be able to tell me if anyone is newly joined. Okay, Arokya Subha is a new person. Aryan is a new person. Welcome you all. Shebashish Lama is a new person. Please post a small message. So you have the message box here to type a message for you. Just drop a message there. We'll be able to tell. We will be able to check it.
Maybe they've not joined the session so far.
Good morning, Asmita. So this chat is actually really quick, so that I will be able to answer it immediately as well. At least YouTube has 5 seconds of delay. As we have already told you, please keep your query and chats very, very, very dignified, because as we have already told, this is a family. So we are all going to be a family, and we don't talk some nonsense between our family members for sure. We don't give gali to anybody, right? Okay, fine. Vaibhav is saying that it's buffering, so don't worry, Vaibhav. Actually, no, it'll be in a moment. So it will get stabilized. So that's why we are also waiting for a moment. So by the time actually it will be done, by the time actually it gets stabilized, actually we are ready to go. Good morning, Arnav. Aryan Sharma was not able to find the live session. The live session is actually going at right here.
I'm sending the link.
Okay, sir is sending you the link. Just to reply to him, sir. That's a question, sir. When we will be able to get into the college? That question can be answered by government, in fact. So we'll have to wait for the government's order. After that, actually, we'll be able to get into the college. Don't worry, guys. You'll all be there soon. Oh, thank you, Sovet, for giving the link. Thank you so much. So this is what we expect in the teams. So what we have, see, look at that. Actually, when you post a query over here, then every single person in your team is actually going to see the message, which means that anybody who already knew the answer don't have to wait for the teacher to answer. You just actually track. He can just drop the message and then answer your queries, like what Sovid has done. So he has given the lecture. He has given the link, which is right now asked by Aryan, if I suppose. Yeah. So quick. Thank you. That's what we wanted. That's what the team actually we want to build, because we are all going to be a big team people in the future. So we need to know how to work in a team. That's our team. Great. I do find some messages from week 1 as well. Please don't post any messages in week 1, because right now we are in week 2. It's a day 2 of the session, so we consider as the second week. So let's say we want to talk anything about the week 2, then we will post it in week 2, not in week 1. Keep that in mind. Yeah. Okay. So this is our Microsoft Teams. So I will start the overview of the Microsoft Teams. Let's go over what's there in the Microsoft team and where you can find the lectures and how to attend the lecture. So I'll tell you the today's plan. So the today's plan is something like, we will be having a lecture with Dr. Kiran, sorry, with Mr. Kiran from Civil Engineering Department. So what we will do is actually, we are going to attend his lecture. He will be scheduling a lecture in a moment in the week 2 channel. Once he schedules the meeting, then we will see how to attend the lecture and what we can do throughout the lecture. Like how do we ask any queries, or how do we raise a question, etc., etc. So that's what we are going to do, right? And after that, once we do that, then we will come back to the teams again. Means in fact, we'll come back to the chat box again, and then we will know how do we get the lectures back. So once, suppose by any chance, if you have missed the lecture, and then the lecture will be recorded, all the lectures will be recorded by the faculties and will be kept as a tab. So we are going to see how that accessibility is going to be there. So how we are going to get back our lectures. So that's what we are going to do. And finally, we are going to give you an assignment on the topic what we are going to teach right now. So maybe a couple of minutes actually we'll be having a lecture, and within the 5 minutes what we can teach, in that we will give you an assignment. On that assignment has to be written in a piece of paper. Once you written the piece of paper and then scan it and keep it ready. So we will be, I think it is on Wednesday, so we have the session on submitting the assignments. So how do we have to submit the assignments? That's the session. So you keep the assignment ready, written in a piece of paper, scan it in using any one of the software. There are multiple softwares, something like Microsoft Lens is available, and then Cam Scanner is available. So you can just scan it and then convert it into a PDF document and keep it ready for you. Once you keep it ready, then on the third day, what we will do, we will just again dive into the session, and then we all will submit the assignment together. There is a question like, can we type in Word? I am sorry, that's not allowed. So the assignment must be written in hand. So you have to write it in hand and then keep a scanned copy of it and then submit it. So submitting electronically is not right now allowed. What we will do is, it depends on the teacher and depends on what they wanted. They will tell you whether you can submit electronically or you have to submit a hard copies, soft copy, I would say, right? Okay. Oh, cam scanner is banned in India. I'm very sorry about it. Please actually use any other scanning app. I'm very sorry. So we used to use cam scanner. Actually, and I am right now used to it. Okay, that's okay. Fine, no problem. There are a lot of other apps that you can actually use it. If anybody finds a better app, then why don't you just drop a message that actually says this is the best app to scan it. Of course, there is a Google Scan, there for Microsoft Lens, there are multiple apps. Okay, so we are not going to go over one by one right now. But what we are going to do is we are going to jump into the Microsoft team and then going to check what's going to happen. Okay, so this is my Microsoft Teams. So let me tell you one by one. So this is our team name. For the induction program, what we have is actually this is the team name. So this is where you find your team name. So how your team name is going to be is your team name will have a subject code and your section. Let's say suppose you are in the first year and going to attend a maths class, which is having the code on MA1101. So that's your maths code, maths papers code, and then you're gonna belong in you're going to belong to the section A among all first years. So your team name would be MA1101 SEC and then A. So that's how it's going to be. Let's say I will type it over here. So this is going to be how it's going to be your team name MA1101 and then sec A. So that's what your team name is going to be for the subject MA1101, which is responsible for a maths paper. And similarly for any other physics papers, let's say suppose you have a physics paper and then you might be having, I think it is PH if I'm not wrong, or PY I guess. Is it PY or PH?
PY I guess.
I think it's PY. Okay, I'm not sure about it. So if it is a physics paper, then you might having it as a physics paper. If it is a civil engineering paper, then CE. So that's the code you get. I'm sorry. Why caps lock is down? Yeah. CE, yeah, capital CE, and then of course actually your subject code will be there. Usually the subject codes are something like this represents the semester, I guess so, and then after that your section name will be there, right? Okay. If you belong to section C, then your team code would be team title will be CE1101 for that subject and for this section. So this is the team. This is the team name. So that's how the team name is going to be. So if you are having 6 papers in your first year, then you will be part of 6 different teams where 6 different teachers will be the teachers for those teams. So I think that's clear for you. So that's one. And after that there is something called general, and after that there is a week 1, and after that there is a week 2. So these are actually typically called as channels. So this is called as a channel, this is called as another channel, this is called as another channel. As I have already mentioned in the last session, each channel has a purpose. What is the purpose? The purpose for each channel is, let's say suppose general channel. General channel is mostly for general purposes. Throughout the semester, what you can do, irrespective of what happens in the week, that will go into the general channel. For example, your assignment. So your assignment does not belong to any particular week. So the assignment is belong to the semester. So that announcement will directly land up in the general channel. And after that, some of the informations like today we have a quiz, or tomorrow we will be having our sessional starting. So those informations, so those notifications, so those announcements will all go into the general channel. So because that's not belong to any particular week. And after that there is something called another channels called week 1 and week 2, and of course over the period of time you will be having week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, etc. So each week, as I have already mentioned, it has its specific purpose. So most of the time in our right now online sessions, we will be having at least 2 sessions per week per subject. If you have a subject, let's say suppose mathematics paper, and for the mathematics paper you will be having at least 2 classes. So for those 2 classes, the links for attending those 2 classes will be appearing in that current week. Let's say suppose we are in week 2, and right now what Kiran sir will do is he will schedule a lecture now in a moment and then post that link in the week 2 for us to access it. Okay. Yeah. So he'll be scheduling a lecture here and then post it in a moment. We will be waiting for his notifications. Once he has posted, then that will appear over here. So that's what I meant. So week 2 is meant for all the activities related to week 2, which means there will be 2 lectures, and those 2 lectures will be scheduled under the week 2, and we can attend the week 2 lectures over there, and we can also see the lectures over there. So once we finish the lecture, then we will keep it as a tab, and then we will come back and we will see where the lecture was, right? Okay, that's what is going to happen.
Subject code and
yeah.
IP 1101 induction.
It will be week 2 L2 title. W2 L2 and then title. Yeah. Don't worry guys, sir is scheduling the lecture. It will be there in a couple of seconds.
Subject code.
Okay, let's see something else. Otherwise, subject code not required.
Not required.
Week W2 L2 and then title of the lecture, integration.
Induction lecture.
Integration.
Okay.
Okay. I was intending to sell something else. What was that? Yeah, exactly. So once you have this scheduled lecture, you can attend it. What else you can do here over here is, as I have already mentioned, apart from the lectures, during the lectures there will be some doubts to you, and then I will tell you where you can chat it over there once the lecture has been started. So you can chat there. Look at it. Actually, there is a lecture scheduled over here, which is. I think everybody is right now able to see it in the Teams right now, right? So this is how the schedule is meeting. This is how the meeting is being scheduled. So the meeting is W2 and then L2 and integration. I'm sure that if I just click on it, then I should be able to take into a place over here where I can see my meetings description and the details, what is going to be there right now. Okay, so that's how the meeting link is going to be. So there will be a description over here. Sir has not written any description right now here. So in fact, any other faculty would definitely write it when they are starting it right now. Okay, so you will be finding in the description. So what is the lecture is going to be? What is the lecture is about to be? Everything you can read it, and you can see this time when is the lecture has been scheduled. So right now over here it has been scheduled July 22 and then 11 a.m. which means today we are at 11 a.m. we have the session, and until half an hour, until 11:30 we have the session. So that's what this says, and it has been part of the week 2 of this team, right? Okay, and then it is there going to be there in the Sikkim Manipal Institute of Technology. That's what it's there, right? Okay, so there are already accepted responses over here. Once the scheduled meeting is being posted in your channel, what you will get is you will get a mail. In fact, right? You will also get an intimation in the Teams. Also, you will get a mail in your Outlook. So what you can do, you can just go ahead and click on accept that notification, so that I will be able to see here that who are actually seen the lecture, who and all have already seen the lecture materials. Okay, that's how it is. Once you are ready, then you can just click on join and then start the meeting, right? So that's what we are going to do right now. But before that, what we will do, we'll also see something else. What is that? Let me go back to the team right now. So whenever you want to go back to the team, then you can just click on the team over here, then come back to here. That's what we're gonna do. So most of you have already joined the team right now. Okay, join the class. So you have started? No,
not started.
Okay. Sir has not started the lecture, so we'll have to wait for him to start the lecture. Okay. Before that, we will see one more tab called files. So there is a tab called files over here, right? So if you click on it, then you can see some of the materials, whatever is related to the week 2, that will be available in that files tab, right? So what's going to happen in the files tab? Any material which is related to the week 2 will be there. Any reference materials or even lecture materials will be there in the team week 2. Okay, we will see if there is anything that we can put it over here right now. Otherwise, will be there. And then the other tab is called notes. The notes is something like OneNote. In fact, it's a Microsoft OneNote. We are allowed to use. In fact, we have the official subscription of using OneNote. But right now, what we are going to do, we are not going to utilize it right now. You are actually free to go ahead and click on your notes and then take notes from your side. There is absolutely no harm in you taking your notes while while the class is going on. So just click on the notes and then take the notes. That doesn't matter for us, right? But we will not be using that notes right now because we'll be using another software called External plus plus to write any notes and to give the notes for any student. Okay, fine. As I've already told you, you can click on any file and then you can click on download. You can copy the link and share it with anybody else in your among your friends, etc., etc. You can even actually upload it, but we will tell you that don't do it, right? So you are not allowed, or you are not supposed to upload any files in the files tab right now, right? Make sure that you are not allowed to do that. Right now we did not disable it, but we still wanted to tell you that do not add any materials over here in the file tab, because that's not what is required for you. It's for all the people, so we will not do that. Okay, so that should be only read only. Fine. So why don't we just go ahead and jump into the lectures and then start attending lecture. So what I will do is, once you click on this, once you click on that meeting options, then you will see a button called join here. So what we are going to do right now here is we're going to click on join and then start the lecture right now. So there are many people who are already accepted very soon, right? Okay. So let me join the meeting and I'll be waiting for the Kiran sir to start. Before going to the meeting, so you have to do a couple of things. Number one, you will have to switch off your video camera for sure, right? So you can never keep your camera on unless it is asked to. So if a faculty is asking you to keep the video on, switch on your video and show your video, then you are supposed to show your video. Most of the time actually when they are conducting a quiz or viva, then they will ask you to show your video. You cannot that time show that, you cannot that time say that as no, I will not show the video. So you will have to show the video, keep your place accordingly. And the other option which you are supposed to do is the microphone. So this is a microphone symbol, so you will have to mute it. So now this is not muted, this is unmuted. So this is video camera is also not there. So what you have to do, we will have to mute it so that you will see only your logo, you will not see any of your photographs, and you will also mute your phone. So that's what we have to do. Once you do this, then click on join. Remember, you will have to definitely mute your camera as well as the microphone, otherwise it's going to create a chaos. Okay, let me join it and then let me tell you some of them and then before starting the lecture. So anybody who is not unmuted, please mute it. Let's say suppose Srijan Vigram, so he has not muted his phone. So this is how you will see. Soon what you are going to do is actually you're going to see something called together mode, which means you're going to see everybody in an auditorium where all of your friends is going to sit near to you. So that's called the together mode. So soon you will be having that option, but right now actually it is in the process, so Microsoft is still working on it. So what we will do, we will go into this option right now. Okay. There are a couple of options over here. Suppose if you are being told that please somebody muted, then what you can do, remember you can just hover over the screen right now here. So if you just hover over it, by the time until you hover over, then this bar is going to be open. So this bar is like, it's an option bar which is going to be open here, right? And then the first option is called as a camera option, which you can turn on and turn off. Like if I say, supposedly if I turn on, then you can see your camera over here. Right now I'm not able to see my camera because I'm already using it for my YouTube. So you can see your camera here, but don't do it right now as I've already mentioned. So this should be always turned off. So if you are not seeing your camera over here, then that's correct. You are in the right track. And the second thing which you are supposed to do is you have to mute or unmute. So by any chance actually if you forgot to mute your phone while you're joining the lecture, you can still actually come here and then mute your phone here, right? Make sure that you are hovering the screen and then muting it and unmuting it, right? So let's say suppose actually this is the unmute button. Let's say actually, let me tell you, can you unmute right now? So everybody, let's see what can happen. Everybody please unmute it. Yeah. Look at it. Can you see the problem? One by one, actually, everybody unmute. Let's see what happens. Just unmute it. You don't have to mute your phone. Just unmute your phone. Let's see what happens. Let's experiment. No, you're a student. Let's experiment. See what happens. So, you all understand how disturbing it is, right? So, if you unmute your phone, it is going to be terribly disturbing every single one of the person in the meeting. We have to mute our phones for sure. Okay, mute your phones, please. Everybody. Kindly mute your phones. Anyway, yes, sir. So please mute your phones, everybody. The sir is going to join right now. Okay. So sir is having an eligibility. In fact, actually, sir is having a flexibility. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on, something went wrong. Oh, okay. It got connected again. So what happens is, sir is having an eligibility. In fact, actually, sir is having a flexibility to mute you and that's because actually he is muted and unmuted. Mayal, I think you will have to stay calm because you have been muted by Kiran sir, and then don't unmute it. So let it be muted. So all of your microphone should be muted while you are going for the class. So now that's how actually we join into a class. Now sir will join.
Yeah, I've joined already.
Okay, so sir has already joined. So we can see sir's notebook here. So sir, why don't you just open the external plus and share the note?
Yeah, do. Just give me a minute. Let's get you in.
Okay, so by the time actually now what we will see a couple of more options over here. So okay, so remember actually there is something called as shared screen option here. So that has been automatically disabled, right? You are not allowed to share your screens. In fact, you are not allowed to write anything on anybody's screen, and you are not allowed to mute anybody else as well, right? So you are allowed to mute yourself, you are allowed to mute your camera, you are allowed to not write anything on anybody's screen. So you attend the class, then you keep your self calm and then attend only your class. That's what we are going to do. And after that there is something called more actions. There are multiple options over here. One of them which we will be interested in here is the enter in full screen, right? So if I just click on full screen, then what's going to happen here is it's going to take off all my distractions and going to keep me full screen. So look at it. That's what actually Kiran sir has shared the screen right now with us, and this is how the notebook is going to be. In fact, different teachers will be using different kind of notebooks. Okay, and after that, what you can do is there is a hand button over here, right? There is a hand button over here. After you went to the full screen where you want to see the complete screen without any disturbances, then there is a hand symbol. How do I get over it? If you keep the mouse cursor over outside, then you will not be see those options. Look at it now; it's vanished, right? Now, when do you see the hand symbol? When you see any that option buttons, you can just hover over it, right? So you just hover over it, then you see the hand button. So if you hover over it, you will see that this option for raising your hand, right? If you click on that raising your hand, what will happen is your hand is raised. This evidently means that you're going to ask some questions. So now whoever is actually raising your hand has to ask one question, right? Everyone is raising the question, raising the hand. Don't worry, no problem. Now this is a trial class, so actually you can always fiddle with this and try what's going to happen, right? So when you want to attend the lecture, then what you have to do, if you want to interrupt the lecture, if you want to tell a teacher that you want to ask some queries in the middle of the lecture, then you have to click on this button to raise your hand to notify the teacher that, sir, I have a query, so please please answer my question. So that's what it means, right? You don't have to really unmute your phone and ask the questions. So wait for the teacher's comment, and then the teacher will give you the time and ask you to unmute your phone and then ask your questions. So one by one, the teacher will tell you, right? So let's say suppose actually I'll tell Ayush, please unmute your phone and ask your query. Then he will be unmuting your phone and asking your query. Why don't I tell one of them who has raised the hand? Yeah, Parthiv, why don't you just unmute your phone and introduce yourself? Parthiv, please unmute your phone and introduce yourself.
Hello.
Yes, Parthiv, please go ahead.
So there's a problem with the sound or something?
No.
With the sound or something?
No, nothing. Yeah, Parthiv, you are audible. You can talk. Any issue? Sir, you are being muted.
No?
No.
Okay. Muted. Okay, good. So now Kiran sir is actually going to start giving the lecture. Maybe, let's see, suppose desktop audio, right? Okay, good. So now Kiran sir will be actually starting the lecture. Now what we will do once, sir, please share the screen. So, share the screen. The screen is not shared, only your video is shared.
Is it okay now?
Yes, exactly.
You have to keep your voice low because
I have muted my phone. Yeah. We have some that's actually called as something I don't right now remember. Okay, one thing actually what we will do is we will see a show conversation button which is going to give us the chat box over here, meeting chat. So any teacher, suppose if they are asking you an answer, let's say suppose they are write a question, they actually give a question and then ask you to give an answer, then what you can do, you can just click on this button here, which is just right beside the hand raise button, which is show conversation and hide conversation. When it's already visible, then you can just hide it. When it's not visible, then you can show it, right? So you can keep it on all the time you want it, okay? So you can just yeah, I did it. I did it, Aish, right? I have muted
someone will open
the. Just mute it from your side. So fine. So you can ask queries over here as well, and if some teachers is asking you to give me the answer, then you can just type it over here. Fine. Then the other one is actually show participants. This show participants simply means that you can just see anybody who is in the meeting. So whoever has been attended the meeting, you can just have a look at them. That what are the who are the people actually who are there already here, right? So this is so many people already in the meeting right now. So there are almost more than 100 people, and then almost more than 150, close to 150 people. Okay, so this is a presenter, it's an organizer, right? Oh, so what we will do, we will just have a quick lecture here, and then we will come back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep a pass on the YouTube right now. So we're gonna jump back to the Steams. As I've already told you, so if I jump there, then I will have a problem over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on this hang up button, and I'm going to go out of it. So you don't do it right now. And I'm going to put a counter in the YouTube, and I'm going to continue in MSTeams for a moment. Okay. So just give me a moment. I will put a counter here.
Hello. for, let's say, suppose 10 minutes, and I will be joining there.
I'm back here, guys. Please don't start any meeting right now because your lecture is already over. Okay, so that's because
Some of them have not left over. Meeting has been ended.
maybe that's. Okay, still actually some of you are already in the meeting, so please leave the meeting. So you don't have to be the part of the meeting. Okay. So I'm going to put a timer for 5 minutes, as I've already mentioned, and you can just join back in 5 minutes. Take a cup of coffee, and we'll sit again.
There are max 10 people.
Okay guys, we are again back to the Teams. So what we have done here is, you could see one thing extra happened in the Teams is new thing has been already added here, right? So that's called W3L1 double integration. So this new symbol is also there. Once you finish the meeting, what will happen usually for the meeting is, once you finish the meeting, once you complete your lecture, once that faculty has been completed the lecture, the faculty would have recorded the lecture automatically, and then that recorded lecture will not be they won't actually scattered somewhere else. So what they will do is, they will keep it up in the tab here, right? So once you see the post and the files and the notes, and after these three tabs, then you will also see one by one lectures. So now in this one was not available in the previous, right, before we start the lecture. So what we have done right now is, I have just added one lecture for you from my old videos. So you can just click on this tab, which is going to open the lecture for that current week. So every single week's lecture is going to be definitely available there in the Microsoft Teams. So you can just, anytime you want, you can come back to that current week, but for the particular week, and then check that link. Okay. So right now actually it failed to load this video because I think I have some issues with the server right now, but it will evidently load the video for you. Okay. Maybe because I did not give the permission for you. Just give me a moment. I'll just give the permission for that video. Just a moment, guys. I will just write it about permission for them. It's not like everybody can just go through everybody's video, but you must be able to have the permission. So the faculties will be giving you the permission to see the lecture videos. Don't worry about it. This was a double integration video, yes. That's one. Update video details. It was an induction. Right. What is the title of the name? SMIT. SMIT induction. Yes. Good. So now, if I suppose refresh it, I should be able to see the lecture. That's cool. That's all. Now we have a radio. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not. Okay, I'll deal with it. Don't worry. It should be available. I think there is some server issues that will be resolved in a moment. But the point is, when you have these tabs, then the fourth tab would be lectures. So this would be first lecture, and then the second lecture in this week will be available right here. It will be second lecture. If there is one more lecture, then that also will be available over here. So once you finish the lecture, then the faculty will take some moment to compile the lectures. In fact, the Microsoft will take some amount to compile the lecture and then give the lectures to you. Okay, that's fine, I guess. So is there anything else I can ask you? I can actually clarify your doubts. So please feel free to post your queries. Now the session is open for questions. So what you can do, you can just go ahead and post your queries in the team chat over here. Oh, the lecture video worked fine. Yeah, good. So Aryan is actually confirming that lecture videos worked fine. Thank you, Aryan, because I think there is some server issues from my end. I think that should work for everybody. Good. Any questions and queries which I can answer? Please post your queries. Yeah, you have some settings actually you can do over here. If you go to the team right click in the three dots, there is something called manage team, right? See the settings over here, whichever is possible. Channels. Let me see. Where can I find the settings? I don't worry, guys. I'll actually get back to you with that. Over here. No problem. Any questions? So please post your questions and queries. Yes, as I've already mentioned, any questions related to the session, today's session has to be posted under the channel called week 2. So if you have any queries, and other queries has to be posted in the general channel, which is suppose if you have any general queries. In fact, we don't right now entertain any other general channels right now. First year syllabus is same for all branch, of course, yes. First year syllabus is same for every single branch. So if students are same, if two students are in same class and they only one device but two account, how will they attend the same time if they are in same branch? Let me read the question. What is the question? If two I'm sorry, I'm receiving a call. Sir, if two students are in same class and they only one device and they have only one device but two account, how will they attend how will they attend class same time if they are in same branch? I assume that the question is related to if you want. I mean, question is something related to you want to attend the two classes at a single time. That won't usually happen. The proper timetable will be given to you, so there won't be any class clashing for you. So the timetable will be clearly made so that you will be having only one meeting at a time. So you don't have to do that. If you are saying that you have only one device and then you want to access two people's account in the same laptop, then there is a way to do it. What you can do is you can just go to the Google. You can actually download one. You can download this app, right? So you have this app here. This app is going to run in your computer with your account over here. If you want to run another account, then let's say suppose it's some typical issues. What you can do, you can just go to the website that's called teams.microsoft.com, right? So you have the teams.microsoft.com. Then log in with your credentials, with the other credentials, of course. You can just log in and then password. So if you want to switch back to another account, then you can do that. Let's say suppose actually I am right now having my faculty ID right now over here. So I'm joining in that. Okay. So what will happen here is right now I am here with the tab. I am here with the student account. You know that I have a demo account right now, and in the Chrome I am actually joining as a faculty account. So that's possible. So you can do that. That's not a problem. But I would say that actually don't do that because that's going to unnecessarily create a loop. Audio loop will be problematic for you. Okay, next question. So today's assignment will be based on integration. Yes, it is. It's some couple of questions are given in the assignment sheet. That is just for our practice, not on integration. The practice is for how to write an assignment and how to submit it. That's all. Okay. Remember, your assignment should have your subject code and underscore and then the registration number and underscore your name. So all must be in capital letters. So that should be there, and you should submit the assignment in the assignment tabs which is been going to be given. So that we will explain in the third day. Don't submit the assignment right now. So write the assignment and keep it ready. So Wednesday we will be submitting the assignments together. I will also be writing the assignment and keep it ready right now with me. And after that we will all together submit the assignment. Okay, next. Sir, we can access the MSTeams settings from the activity tab in the MSTeams tab. Oh, I think somebody is giving me a hint to have the settings over here. Can I activity and then settings? Yes, thank you so much, Sriram. I think his name is. So now you can actually have that options. No, you have your notification options like your WhatsApp or any Facebook. If you don't want to be notified for something else, then you can just go ahead and close it. Like um, let's say suppose replies to conversation I started. You can just keep it as open here or option open. Banner means actually it appears one link here, right? So you can see that there is one always pop-up comes up. So that's called a banner. If you want to have that open, then you can do that. Like let's say suppose replies to conversation I reply to, and when team membership changes and team role changes, notification sounds and missed activity emails, everything is there. You can just go over one by one and then set it the status. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot that the option settings are over here in the activity panel. Thank you so much. Who gave me that comment actually? Now I forgot. Srijan. Yes, is it Srijan?
I think so.
I lost many comments now. Where I am, which question I am answering right now? Yeah, I think this is, so we can access the MSTeams setting. Thank you, Srijan, thank you. Thank you, Srijan. Vigram, right? Srijan Vigram. Thank you so much. And yes, this is okay. And then Navin, you need two devices to watch together. Yeah, that's the right answer actually. You need two devices to watch together if you want to watch together. But that is possible in the same device as well. Like what I said, you can open in one app and you can open the other one in the browser. We can see week 3 lecture 1 and we are actually enjoying MS Team. Oh, thank you so much, Hari. Thank you so much. And multiple account facility, yes, it is there. Of course, it's there. You can just add as many accounts you want. If you have your company and you're working for a company, then you can always do it. Or if your father is already having an account, you can always just switch your account and do it. Actually, there is something called PWA, which means if you go to this place and then use the web instead, there is a button. There should be a button here as like plus button. You can just add it as your download it and then install it as a PWA. That's another instance. So that's way you can do it. Let me try to find out an YouTube video for you to do that as well. Okay, the next one. Where is the other one? Next question, sir. Can we get contact number of some other future friends in CSE branch? You can once all the classes are started. Not right now, guy. Please, Ayush Sharma, because we did not take any consent form right now, so we can't give anybody's numbers without their consent. So please wait for a moment. Once you get into the classes, then you will have access to everybody's phone numbers as well as the email IDs. As we have already mentioned, any chattings or any things actually which will raise a complaint, then you will be definitely take action against it. So it's a general announcement. Sir, could you be clear about today's assignment? Yes, of course. What you can do is there will be an assignment posted in the general channel. Okay, there will be an assignment posted in the general channel. You don't have to do anything. Sir, can you change the schedule to little prepone?
Just give me a minute.
Yeah, sir will prepone the assignment schedule and it will land up in a moment and I'll show you what to do. Okay, so there will be an assignment tab appearing over here. There will be an assignment announcement will be appearing over here, and then just click on that assignment and then you have your instruction. Download the assignment question paper, take the assignment problem, take your fresh sheet of paper, write your name, write your registration number, write the subject code, everything in the top, and then start solving the problem one by one. That's what the first job to be done. So once you solve the problem in a piece of paper or in couple of pieces of papers, then use only one of the scanning softwares like Microsoft Lens or Google Lens or something like that. Then scan it, make it as a PDF and name the PDF with respect to the subject code and your registration number and your name. So that should be there. You can also mention that it's an assignment 1 or 2. So that's also very important. So mention it as assignment 1, assignment 2, like that. So after that, you have to submit it. The submission of the assignment, we will deal with it on Wednesday. I think that answers your query, right? Okay. Where can we find the subject code? Subject code will be there in the assignment sheet. In the assignment sheet, subject code will be there. Okay. Sir, we are going to have our SEM classes online itself. Yes, Region. We are going to have our SEM classes online itself as of now. So mostly we'll be having it for a couple of months, I guess so. And after that, once the situation COVID-19 depends on the COVID-19 situation, you will be called into the campus and you will be asked to attend the offline classes. But until now, your safety is very much important. For that reason, we will be having our online classes. Sir, is there a way to change my username? Username is usually your typical institute email ID, which you cannot change, and the name is also you cannot change because you might have already given it in the application form. If you need to be changed, then you'll have to write a request to us. Then we will forward your request to the IT team, and then they will change it. So can you show us how to write the name and subject code on the assignment? Okay. Yeah, can you see that actually there is one new message here in the general channel? Let me answer this couple of questions later. First, I'll just go ahead in the assignment. Look at this. There is an assignment over here, which is posted here in the general channel, right? So what you can do, you can just click on view assignment. Just click on view assignment. And that should open the assignment for you. Exactly. So that's opening the assignment. You can see that it is having instructions. In fact, 4 instructions are there. You can follow the instructions one by one, right? So answer all the assignment, answer questions. So our teacher is saying answer all the questions. All the questions are to be solved by hand, scanned and submitted in a PDF format via MSTeams only, which means actually now you'll have to turn in here. That I will tell you in the later. And then after that, the file name of the assignment should have subject code and then the registration number. And after that, actually, you can just add one more also here. Maybe I will ask Kiran sir to edit the assignment registration, that you will write A1 or A2, like assignment 1 or assignment 2 in that regard. Another one is assignment failing to adhere to the above format deadline will not be evaluated. So there is a 2 things, like one is the due date, another one is the closing date, that I will explain in a moment. And after that, reference material is over here. So just click on the reference material, then you can see the reference material over here. I am sure what is happening here. Let me go over the assignment. Okay, cool. So that's the assignment given to you right now. So this assignment is that's the instruction, exact same instruction, whatever is happening over there. Remember, there is a subject over here, right? So let me zoom in. So there's a subject code over here. The subject code is IP1101. So that's the subject code. And the questions are very, very simple. You just have to solve integral x cube dx and integral cos square x dx and then integral x into cos of x square dx, right? So these are the problems which have been asked to solve it. For the second problem, I will give you a hint. The second problem, cos square x, usually you write it in terms of 1 minus cos 2x divided by 2. That will give you the answer. That's a hint for you, right? You know that cos square x does not have a direct integration, so you'll have to convert it using trigonometric identities. Okay, that's all about the assignment. So you can close it. You can even download and keep it. I guess so. Yeah. So there is a download button. If you click on this, download it and keep the assignment for you in the desktop or wherever you want it, and you can work it. Once you've done it, then you have to do the add work that we will see in the Wednesday. So Wednesday session is dedicated to assignment submission and all. Okay, I think that clears these doubts related to the assignment questions, right? Okay. Many questions are already answered by Kiran sir. Maybe if there is any important questions. So how do we ask questions to the teacher? Yeah, there are a couple of ways you can answer the question. Ask questions to the teacher. One important way to ask your current teacher is just posting a query over here in the Teams itself in the corresponding week. Let's say suppose you have a query in a particular week's lecture, then go to the particular channel and ask a query over there. That's one of the way to do it. And another way to do it is called Yammer, which we are going to dedicatedly discuss on tomorrow. So tomorrow what we are going to do is we're going to create a team for us to ask any queries across all the people. You are almost all the students of first years. you are going to be actually as a huge number. We are going to split it across some 10 sections or 15 sections. Then all the 15 section students, all the 10 section students, how do we interact each other, and how do we get the questions solved by any other classmate, any other class person? So that will be solved in Yammer. So you can raise a question over there as well, right? Okay. So long story start. If you want to ask a query to your classmates and to your class teacher, then you can post it here in the Teams. If you want to ask a query to a larger audience, to your seniors or your fellow classmates, but not in your fellow batchmates, but not in your classmates, then you can post your query in the Yammer, and that we will discuss tomorrow extensively. Okay. Next one. So if we have a doubt after the lecture are over, how do we clarify it? That's what I mean. Tasar has already told that faculty members are very kind enough to answer your queries. There are a couple of ways to you can clarify your doubts. One is just by asking your queries, and then if that can be solved by chat, then they will solve it by chat. Otherwise, what you can do is, there is a chat option over here, right? Can you see this chat option over here? There's a chat option over here. You can directly post a query to any faculty over here. Let's say suppose I am a student here and I'm posting a question to the Kiran sir, and he will be answering actually now. Like, hello sir, I have some doubts. Can I give you a call? So that's what I ask Kiran sir. And then as a teacher, what he is saying is actually he will look into your messages and he will give you a time to call him, because he might be having another classes as well, right? So he will give you a time. You can just actually grab his time and then call him immediately through one of the options over here. See, yeah, sure, I'll be available at 2 this noon, which means actually by 2 o'clock you can even give him a call. There is a video call option over here in the top. There is a just audio call over here in the top. Or if you want to show your screen, and then ask some queries, and then you can actually ask your sharing the screen. So there are many options over here, right? And you can even actually call for any other people in the conversation. Like suppose you have 2 people together, you wanted to clear a doubt, then you can just click on this add people and add him also in the chat, and then clarify the doubts together. So in that way, you can clarify your doubts very easily with any of the faculty over here in SMIT. SMIT faculties are so kind enough to just drop in and answer your queries. Okay. When will online classes start? Once the induction programs gets over, then the online classes timetable will be announced. Okay. Right now we are again scheduling the classes. So hopefully actually the timetable must be available very soon. No, we will write only answers or questions as questions also. Yes, definitely questions as well. When there is an assignment, you should also write the questions. It's not a exam paper. When you are an exam paper, you don't have to write the question. But for an assignment, you need to write the questions. Okay. Any other questions, guys? I can answer. Is there any other questions I can answer? Yeah. Not able to find my registration number. Registration number is an admission number. You can, if you are not able to find it, then you should be able to find it from your email ID. Let me tell you your registration number. Mayal Depcha, right? If you hover over your logo, then your registration number is there in your email ID. Look at the email ID. Your email ID is Mayal and then underscore and your registration number. This is your registration number. So anybody is having doubt in your registration number, that's nothing but it's directly lying on your email ID. That's all. Okay. Anything else? Sir, books will be provided from college or it is available in the shop? Of course, it is available in the shops. None of the book will be physically provided from the institute, but you have tremendous amount of books in the library. You can always actually take it from the library for sure. You have your department libraries. In fact, individual department also has library, and there is millions of books lying over in our central library, which is somewhere close to 6 floors. 6 floors, right, sir?
Two floors, the fourth and fifth.
Fourth and fifth floors. So fourth and fifth floors is completely dedicated to our libraries. There are tremendous amount of books. You can just take it. So many copies are also available. You can just take it. Good. Anything? Where to submit the assignment? Don't worry, Krishnan. We will submit the assignment on Wednesday. You just write the assignment, keep it ready. I will tell you where to submit the assignment by Wednesday. When we have to submit the assignment, the due date for the assignment is Wednesday morning 11 a.m. Wednesday morning 11 a.m. Please read the instructions. Make sure that the first thing to ask questions is the just going through the instructions. It just goes through the instruction. Sir, when will be required to pay the remaining fees for the first semester? Don't worry, guys. Actually, you will be informed. You will be informed in a while. We will mail you. Don't worry. We will mail you. We will text you. We will even actually, we will tell the admission committee to call you. We have a very, very dedicated family. Very, very, very dedicated faculties. Don't worry. Everything will be done automatically on its own. Okay. So I think we are done with that. So are we going to live with the seniors in the hostels? Live with the seniors in the hostels, or with the same year students of mine? Kiran sir would be the right person to answer because he is one of the hostel floor warden. So he will be giving you a right answer right now. How to write our name and registration number in the answer sheet?
Just write it in the first
Yeah, just write it in the first page. I'm not sure actually how to answer this question. It's very simple. Just write it in the top. Just to keep a column. Just keep one piece of paper. Take the piece of paper. Let me take the piece of paper. Just a piece of paper in the top column. Actually, you put a line in the top corner and then write your registration number, write your roll number, write your name, and then write the assignment name. Everything simple. So simple. Good. There are multiple queries which you can just post it and get it answered. Anyway, actually, we don't, as I've already told you, this is week 2. This is only the session. So please post queries related to the session. If you have any general queries like hostel and other facilities and other stuff, you are free to post it in the general channel, but not in the week 2. So the week 2 is completely dedicated to this today's session. So if you have any questions in the today's session, you are free to post it. We are all always, yes, Hari, we are all actually waiting for you to see. In fact, in the campus, we are also fed up of these pandemic issues. When I hover over the names of the students, I can see their branches. I can't see mine. Maybe I think you'll have to look into your profile settings. So you'll have to check your profile and then get it done. Don't worry, everything will be settled down in a moment. We will again give the list of students to the IT team, and they will also update it in a moment. We have your account details to be updated. That's what you have given the permission to us. When do we book our rooms? That also query will be answered by Kiran sir because he's the right person to answer you. Okay. As I have already told you, this is a common question. This is a general question. So please don't post it here in the week 2. Post it in the general channel. Just go ahead and grab your general channel and ask the questions. So tomorrow classes will be on 10:30. Yes. So tomorrow there's a session again at 10:30. There will be a channel created like week 3 to go over that tomorrow's session. Okay. And August 3rd, I would like to inform you that August 3rd there is a virtual tour for SMIT. So virtual tour on SMIT will be happening on August 3rd, 11 a.m. Make sure that actually you keep yourself available to have a virtual tour of SMIT. You can get to see how the SMIT campus looks because I'm sure most of you have not seen the campus. So a virtual tour of SMIT will be shown to you on August 3rd at 11 a.m. The links to follow that sessions will be given to you by your emails, of course, and also the links will be shared in the Teams as well. So you can just go over and then grab the Teams. Okay, most lovely. Another question is what are the subjects in first year? There are Of course, general subjects like mathematics, physics, and chemistry depends on the cycle you fall into, because the institute will split into a physics cycle and the chemistry cycle. So for the first semester, you will be concentrating on many physics subject. Depends on which cycle you fall into, and other one is chemistry. So you will be falling into chemistry subjects, and also you will have a C++ if I'm not wrong. C++ is there, right?
Mostly
C++ is also will be there, and also engineering graphics, right?
section.
So it depends on the cycle which you fall into. But evidently you will learn all the subjects which other students are learning. Okay. Next question. We have sent you a schedule, right? We have given you a schedule for all of them. Okay, maybe I think we'll put it in the general channels files tab. So in the general channels files tabs, related to the sessions, what are the schedule, and if there is any material, you can see it here. Finally, I want to tell you that today's lectures has been the week 2 lecture. As I told you, this will be available here, and then notes for those today's lecture will be available in the files tab. So if you go over the files tab, then you can see whatever I have written in the hand, that I have made it as a PDF, and I have uploaded here as a notes here. So you will get to see these notes over here whenever actually we do such kind of lectures. In fact, different faculties will do it in a slightly different manner. It's not compulsory that everyone will give their handwritten notes for you. Many of them will give you, in fact, most of them will give you a written, properly typed document as a lecture notes, and they may not share you the handwritten notes. You can't definitely force them to give the handwritten notes, because handwritten notes is something like which they write it on the board. So it's your responsibility to take the notes when your video is on. If you are not able to, then the video definitely the video lecture is going to be available in future, so you can just take the notes on it. So handwritten notes you cannot claim it from any faculty, but you will be given lecture notes, typical lecture notes, and that will be available in the files tab. Okay. Okay, if the sessions are fine, physics cycle or chemistry cycle is something that which we have to choose, or institute will assign it. Institute will assign it, my dear. It depends on the sections. So it's not only depend on you, it depends on the section. It's up to the institute to decide. Yeah, it is C++ or C. I have a doubt. I'll have to ask the first year teachers. I am a mathematician. Please forgive me for that. I will get back to the CSE department people and then let you know what is the is it C or C++. Definitely I'll let you know. Will there be a Python in CS? Yes, of course in CS. Without Python, I don't think so CSE is going to be there. Where can we find the assignment link? It's so simple, guys. Just go to the general channel. You will have the assignment here. Just right over here. Introduction to MSTeams assignment. Just view assignment. Suppose if you are finding a difficulty, then no problem. Just go to the general channel and there is an assignment tab over here to list out what are the assignments you have to submit. Just click on this assignment tab and that should load you. That should load since I'm opening for the first time. See, there's an assignment which is assigned to you. So you click on this, you reach the same place. So there are multiple places that you reach your assignment. Okay guys, thank you so much for being part of it. I think this is the right time to wind up the session because we have already reached 12 o'clock. Tomorrow 10:30 we will have another lecture on using Yammer, how to raise the questions and how to ask queries related to any subject, related to anything related to Office 365, related to your subscription plans, related to what is the facility you have about the institute, and everything actually now you can ask it in Yammer. Until then, we will see you later then. Thank you so much for being part of this wonderful session. Thank you all. See you then later. Bye guys.